Hi, this is Just Saying, and my name is Cypress Golden Bronze. I named myself that. There's a reason for that because Cypress has a really phenomenal meaning to it about to be rescued. And I feel that the cypress tree saved a lot of people over the water when they can grab for those leaves and just pull themselves on in. And I think of this time being Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad. It's almost like I was there, and actually pulling myself in. At my very last breath, if I had not pulled for that leaf at that time, I probably would have dropped it from exhaustion and hunger and thirst. It's the bomb. And that's where I got cypress, and then, of course, golden bronze. What can I say? Boy, I'm so happy today. There's so many new things that I am opening up and I'm agreeing to in my life, and that always is a good feeling. The bad feeling is when you're confused and you're not sure about what you want to do, and then you might be doing something and then you get bored with it, and then you say, well, God, I haven't found my purpose yet. This is not my purpose. So you have to have the courage to keep moving, because it's coming, because that particular thing could have prepared you for what you really want. So you have to keep going and have the courage. I am going to go to school again. I have a certain condition that gives me the opportunity to go to school anywhere. I use it too. And so I'm going to study, guess what? Just Saying is going to study law. And I want to do the extra year to be a judge. Now, let's see how this works out. The enthusiasm would be the conditions that are approaching black people and our children. And if I could be a part of it and not come out of law school being like Obama, and steadily speaking up for my people, I can move on. I want to be the first black. Some people say, since y'all do the first black, everything is the first black. I hate that. I wish we would stop doing it. But I want to be one of the blacks that take apart this Constitution, right? And reconstruct it to be fair to all the people in the United States of America, because right now it is not fair. And I don't hear enough of that. The Constitution, if you're going to change a policy or law when the root is off messed up, so you hear these blacks saying policy, bills, march, all of that stuff. They know that don't work. The real problem is the Constitution, and if you can't change that, it is 15 slave owners wrote that we're trying to live up under, that we're having wars and our children are dying. Disrespect to black people, totally. Constitution, tear it apart. And until I hear somebody say that, we're going to have the same problems. In fact, it is moving towards a war. Because you're not going to keep doing little kids like we saw the little girl thrown all around. And she's broke. Everything is broke. Her ribs, her arm is broke. My child go to school and go through that. It's going to be a war. Now, either that or let's change the Constitution and live happily ever after. This other organization that is such a happy and go, and we need to work on these. These are people that have sat down with that Obama. I put money on it. That's what it sounds like. And all of these issues were good. Where are your points? That's what they said on News Now. Where are the points? What has worked? And then we can applaud you. Otherwise, Black Lives Matter. They're trying to get rid of Black Lives Matter because they fear it. Because they can't get the leader, and kill them. They can't center anything about Black Lives Matter. All they know is that their points are valid. Very valid. Way more than that organization. You got the white and you got the black. And we think, and we're trying to do it for all races. That sounds like that Obama. That's not what's happening, because everything that's happening with the police is happening right in front of our face. Thank God to cell phones. So we do need to, I don't know. We got to take part of that Constitution. I want to hear it. I haven't heard it yet. Oh, yes, I did. One of the ladies from Black Lives Matter. I want to hear it. Constitution. We need to take it apart. We should have heard that from that old president. He really played. He played us. Ooh, Lord. And there's some niggas over on Crenshaw here in Los Angeles. Oh, my God. If you say something, they jump. And they're the ones that were affected by him not speaking up and not. Those are the people that were affected. There's something wrong with us. So how could I become a great attorney and judge how do I even speak to black people like that? I had somebody that had the nerve to call on my phone. He had the nerve to call. I thought to myself, are you serious? Don't you ever. And I said a lot of curse words. Don't call on my phone. Well, you shouldn't say about Obama. And you shouldn't. Oh, shut up. Go learn something. You must study before talking to me or commenting me on anything. You better study. Because I'm already a heavy reader. I'm already a heavy studier. And I have the courage to fight. I am their worst nightmare. And my friend is helping me get these ideas and build a program for myself to go through this process to become an attorney is white. I really, really I really respect him very much. There's all my friends are white. So if you think that I'm like this and I hate white people, that's all my friends are white. I don't know one black person that I can go out with or have them call on my phone or, I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot of my best friends. Christian, I love Christian. Ann has the best theater tickets in town. She gets them free. And we go and just talk about everybody. Look at her shoes. Oh, God. We have so much fun, and she's white. I thought that in my head. I said, but Ann is white. And for a while, I didn't call her a lot. Because it was broken heart. I can't get along with any black people. They hate me for no reason at all. But they do admit this. I'm a genius. That's what everybody says. She's a genius. That's because I read a lot. Read, people. So, but I want to get back to I want to put it on my Facebook where the police lady danced with the girls. And it was the cutest thing. I really think that you can build relationships with kids a lot better because they're just kids. Some of the kids didn't even have parents. Mother was smoking crack. Crack destroyed our community, and it didn't come from black people. Destroyed it. They tried to destroy the Black Panther, and they dropped that crack in that warehouse so that they could say they're selling drugs. And after that, it was history. Then they were going in the projects, getting the same kids that they're killing, getting them to sell it. And then there you go. That's how it happened. And they don't have parents. They had no one to run to and tell that this police broke my ribs and my everything. And somehow I believe this police that we saw knew that. She cross-referenced her experience, her personal experience, to these girls that she could have easily it could have escalated and she could have shot one of them. Because our kids are angry. They're angry. Everything makes them mad. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. I mean, I know. They're very angry. But that's why black on black crime. But I love that cop. They need to get her name and have her on some things and talk. Because I really believe that police are... I'm not afraid of police. I just never talked bad to police or rolled my eyes. Never. My grandparents, I respected. I respected authority. My teachers, I respected. I might have got put out because the history. They were talking about something about Jesus or something about Africa, and then I corrected him. My grandfather was a professor of African American history. So I told him, that's not right. That's, you got it wrong. I got kicked out of that class. My grandmother had to find a private teacher for that, to get that grade so that I can graduate from high school. So I got put out of classes. A lot of teachers don't like me because I speak up, on that end. But I've never, LACC, I really was close. I really didn't like any of them at all. You know how you can walk out the door and you're inspired by somebody? I just didn't get it. It just didn't happen. But that wasn't the reason why I was there. I was there to graduate, and I did. Police brutality. That girl, that lady, she looks Mexican or something. She danced with that girl and out-danced her. Sure did. It was like she won. And this is the kind of thing that you can attempt, but it could have went bad for her too as a cop. There's people out, they could have a shootout or something, and there she is. She's gone. So, and I'm not going to say violence is wrong. I don't like that turn the other cheek, because it doesn't. Any of you that believe in that, really, how long have you been here on this earth, or how much history do you know? How much? Just answer the question. Really? See, because the thing with black people, you repeat over and over and over and over policies and bills. I shouldn't even hear that. I should hear Constitution. We need to tear it apart and put it back so they can be rights for everybody. It's not right for America to be messing with the Mexicans. And I hate to say this, but what right do you have to tell people where the hell they can be to live on this earth when it doesn't even belong to you? You don't have a right. We need to reconstruct that Constitution so that these things will stand out more, and the rights of people, and then people can be happier. See, because as long as people are unhappy and you're killing our kids, there's going to be a massacre. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. So if you are asking, is she talking about war? Is she talking about, yeah. It's always war. It's always a fight. It's just not the way love just doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't. People use it as an exit. They go into there instead of facing what the problem really is until it happens to them. Their daughter gets shot. Mr. Reverend. Now we see it all different now. So we gotta, I never did talk back to the police. I just don't find that being Or if the police had asked me to even with me, to take away my phone, I would just put the phone down. That's, just, but he came in there to beat that girl. I saw that in the film. He came in there to beat her because he needs to put his reputation. His reputation is on the line. And for that, he needs to be more than fired. She needs to press charges. And if they cannot arrest him, then, see, Constitution. Not those bills and policies. Because that fool president, I don't know what he did about police brutality. He did nothing. So, he was out of line, and I don't have to like him. Somebody says, oh, no, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. I like to tell you, I could call him a bird, a rat, a cat. I can say anything. This is the First Amendment. I can say that. I don't like that president. And that's final. I don't like it. And I really don't respect her either. The things that she did not do. We just wanted somebody, what y'all just want somebody glittering in black? Why does that make you more respect that person? Why? Why are we like that? We blow up on the fancy shoes and the fancy cars and the fancy house and that's the only time you blow up. That sparks something in your head. And it's the poor blacks and those other blacks, the ones, the fiddlers. All of them. That's almost all the black people ain't. Well, I don't know. How can you want something and you ain't worth it? How could you want it? Then you can't fight for it. You can't do nothing. So please, be cool. And police can get along with the people in the community. I have never had any problems. And there's not many blacks on this block. And I feel funny when I walk down the street. That means some of these people do look at me and recognize, she's black. She might do this, she might do that. The same grocery store I go to for 6 years, Ralph's. I've been going to that, but that particular grocery store will check my bags while I'm walking around in the store. 5 years of money. I'm doing a chapter 7. And there was a check missing, right? I'm going to just show you how things happen when you mistreat people. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. And I looked for that check so I can pay the check. They didn't let me know. They just said, we don't know. All of that. All of a sudden, I got a letter with $25 added on to the check. But then what I did, because I was just filling out the paperwork for the Chapter 7, my income and expenses. I was just doing it, and bam! I put their butt on it. I'm writing it off, and you'll never get it. Boom! That's how you beat people. The law. That's how you get them. Hit them where it hurts. Money. Now they can do nothing. And when I walk through there, and you're looking at my bags or in my bags, as if I'm going to steal something, I let them do it. But inside, I say, yeah, I got that. That's how you get people back. But if you hit me, or if you hit my children, if you hit my grandmother, and my grandmother is never gone now, but if you had, that would spark a massacre. Somebody gonna get it. Now, I do believe in fighting, so I am your worst nightmare, for real, because I don't do the holiness. I recognize light and dark really good. So don't let me get into talking about beating people up, okay? Just everybody have a nice day. Look at that video. That'll help everybody heal from what we had to endure on that video with the little girl. Although that has not disappeared, do not. And there was a little boy, I have him on my timeline, that taped it. He's going to be a journalist. The way he jumped right on it, he's going to be a journalist. Yeah, he's going to make it. All the kids are going to make it. And she may be a judge with me. That's what she should do. Study law. Go to school and study law. So, and everybody try to get along with authority, period. Your parents, your grandparents, everybody try to get along with authority. My child doesn't know that I would jack him. He tried it once, and I looked at him, should I fuck him up? Excuse my language. But that's how you got to do, even the grown ones. Bam! Knock them down, knock them down. Because they have a different sense of authority. They have none. My son said he did this to his father. And I looked at him like, what? That made me feel really bad. Because I know that you're going to have problems in life if you don't respect authority. Your teachers, your ministers, or some of y'all don't go to church like me. Authority figures. Your friend's mother. I always respect my friend's mother and their family. I always did. And one mother did me really bad, and I still respected her because she was my friend's. That's how I was raised. That is just how I raised. It's an automatic. Mama's always right. If she could be wrong as two left shoes, but she's right. That's the way it is. Yeah. So I have a very love for my authority figures that were in my life and the police that I had confronted ever. I've never been arrested or anything, but when I've been around police, I've never had any bad dealings with them at all. And I would never talk back to a police officer. That's just, I wouldn't do it. It's just unheard of. But that's not what's happening here. I'm seeing people getting shot and beat up without saying anything. It's almost like an attack. Black Nigerians are being thrown out of UK. Did you check it out? Google it. There's an attack on black people all over the world. And just think, we're the first civilization of all of them. We were the first, black, and then we're thrown around, but we don't think right. And we have given up our ancestors. How could you do that? And then go into that Christian? Do you know what that, I'm not even getting into that. Let me, because you know. But the people love these Christian, and I think that's where the problem is. Because your ancestors love you and protect you and will protect you. That Jesus stuff ain't bit more, and have people thinking that they're better than others. It's the training that they're better, and then you're easily slaved. You're easy to control in that. Do I feel bad about not being a Christian? Heck no. I'm in the oldest religion that ever exists, and that's the ancestral worship. And all of them are my protectors, my angels. When people do things, I just give it to one of them. And they work it out. They sure do. Because, see, they can see better than I can. So, I'm really into ancestral worship. Everybody have a nice day. I don't want to be on here a really long time. And look at the cop. She is the bomb, and I like to, let me give her a round of applause. She cured my soul. I love her. And she was not black. She looked like Mexican, like she might have been Mexican. See, so she knows, she kind of can deal with the young people. And she will be respected on that block. Those kids just need somebody to respect them. That's all. They'll do their little signs or something while she goes by. Maybe ask her a question. You never know. Some of the girls might need to tell a cop some personal stuff, like, that's going on. And then some of those girls may go to college and become judges. Okay, see ya. Thank you, police officer. Thank you so much for being kind to my children. See you later. Ashe.